Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I want to show you one of the craziest endings to a game that I've almost ever played in my life. I mean, if you guys have been watching my Twitch stream or you know me as a player, Nature's Prophet is my best and favorite hero to play. In a recent ranked game, we were down 17k net worth at one point in this game, but through split pushing, we were able to bring this game back, and I personally, and I'm going to show you in this clip here, was able to take their throne not through backdoor, but behind their buildings. You can see the enemy team instantly TPs in, expecting the split push, but it was not enough. You'll see as I disengage here, pop my BKB and attempt to TP out, my Treants actually finish off the game. You heard that right. The Treants finish off the game, and we win in 43 minutes. So if you want to learn how to split push like this, how to 1v9 games as one of the hardest heroes in Dota, stay tuned and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally, with the GameLeap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the GameLeap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. Alright, so let's get into it, starting at the 39 minute mark. Basically, we're going to watch the last 4 minutes into the game, because this is where the biggest decisions of the game come into play. And yeah, it starts off with a very grim looking situation. My team ends up getting picked off mid. I told them, guys, don't take this 5 mid. We're significantly weaker than them. You need to let me split the map. Well, they didn't do that. 3 heroes die back in front of our base. And the only reason why the game doesn't end is Void Spirit thankfully has buyback, so he was able to attempt to cut the wave, and on top of that, their CK didn't have BKB and wildly overextended. As a result of this, I was able to actually kick him out of our base. So the reason why I'm showing you this, because you might be like, Speed, this doesn't really have to do with split pushing. Yes, it does. The main thing I want to say is you cannot always double down on split pushing. You cannot. In fact, my item build this game was not even designed to split push. I don't buy Gleipnir split push. I don't buy AC to split. You might be like, AC is a split push item. Not really, because what you'll actually learn from this video is the average Dota 2 player, especially Nature's Prophet player, literally kills themselves way more than they should while split pushing. You should not do that. You want to stay alive and keep the pressure up by sending Treants all around. It's not about doubling down and getting a Rax. That's how you die and then lose all map control. So here, I was able to find a good spread onto the CK. It was kind of just an overall good reaction. The reason why was I was able to then follow it up with the Gleipnir. I didn't panic. I got my BKB out at a very reasonable time, and on top of that, the whole time I queued up the tome and was paying attention to the clock, because I understand for Nature's Prophet, for me, it's all about the 2.5 times Treant HP and damage talent this game. When you get to that talent and you have the other Treant's talents as well, which I do, you become a split pushing menace. Now the reason why I took those talents this game and wanted to get to this timing so badly was because the enemy team does not have a good way to deal with Treants, and this is a big thing to understand. If the enemy team can easily wipe through your Treants all throughout the game, let's say they have a Kunkka, or they have, you know, some Battle Fury carry, or whatever it is, a Sven, you know, then I wouldn't put as much emphasis on the Treants talents. You still can take them and still use them, because obviously you can play around the vision that you have, right? You can identify who kills the Treants and play accordingly. But in this clip here, I'm able to buy the tome, then I TP bottom, and I actually queue up drums and buy drums. And the reason why I do that, and I actually swap out the Shadow Blade, which was a mistake, and I quickly realized that. I'm like, okay, I don't have BKB. If I don't have my Shadow Blade out, I could die and lose the game. Realistically, I should have swapped out like the BKB to make sure that this play would work. I have the most disengage options, because even Orchid is good for split pushing. You can silence who's going on you. But here's the big thing here. I know I'm not here to take the Rax, right? The enemy team is not throning us here. We were able to kill off the Venge, and on top of that, we are now able to slowly push them away from our base. Our team is starting to respawn. The CK was so low that he actually had to go back and heal off creeps before trying to end the game. On top of that, my TP bottom makes the enemy team slightly overreact. They mass TP bottom to try to pick me off, but I understood that this would likely happen, and so I get out. This is why I like drums so much. The movement speed plus Shadow Blade puts me to 478 movement speed, getting me away from their grasps and getting my Treants onto the tier 4 towers. and this was huge. If I didn't do this all at the same time, swap my Shadow Blade in, buy the drums, I would not have taken this tower and been able to put a massive set of treants onto this tier 4, which actually ends up killing it. All right, getting into the next stage of the game, or the next thing about split pushing, you never want to, number one, push in mid. Don't push in mid. It's way too easy for them to clear the treants because the average hero is going to be near mid. So don't go mid. The next thing you want to do is push out the safest wave in general. You don't want to take the wave that your teammates can easily kill, which is, once again, why you don't kill mid, but you don't want to take dangerous waves. I would never TP here and summon treants, especially when my BKB is down. Even in this game, I can't really rely on BKB. They have Swap, Overgrowth, Roar, and then even the CK Reality Rift pierces spell immunity talent, which doesn't cancel TPs, but you know, he could end up killing me potentially. So I knew I had to play relatively defensive. I saw the enemy team bottom, right? The CK Beast and Treant bottom. So I get my Treants out to top. And the goal, the general goal, is to just get the waves in. The only reason I even considered TPing mid there was to get this mid tier 1 down. I wanted to get it down so maybe eventually I could send Treants at this tier 3 mid. However, that is not the priority. The priority is to get down this set of racks. Now, this is the idea of split attention. I want you guys to pay very close attention. Do not split your attention so you can learn about this. Okay, the idea of split attention is essentially you have to understand that the average player, even at an extremely high level, will look at the most dire situation, okay? What is the most dire situation for the enemy team? It's this. They have to freak out a little bit, right? So let's take a look at the map because I end up TPing bottom here, summoning treants and TPing out. I would never TP deep like this unless I have my regular TP. So I TP out, right? I get out of here. That ends up taking the racks, partially because of my AC and largely because of the drums active. These things are insane. I shred down a whole racks. Pretty crazy, right? You're probably like, what the hell? What is this? This is a thing? Yes, this is a thing. But as we continue on, if we look back, we're looking top. Because this play was kind of psycho. Once again, they can cancel my TP easily. I'm dead if they catch me. I can't TP out. And so why am I trusting in this? Look at the map. The CK was kind of looking bottom. Right? He was like, maybe I'm gonna go hit the triangle. Then he kind of panics. He's like, maybe I need to deal with top. The Beastmaster's dealing with top. Venge goes to deal with top. The Treant's kind of setting up on me here. And this is why I never TP on a creep wave. Right? The only time I'll TP on a creep wave is if I specifically know there's a 0% chance no one can be there. Okay, then I'll do it. But in general, I'm not looking to do that. So instead, I take this bottom racks, then I take this racks, and I'm basically looking to just continuously clear and drag them around the map. After that, what is next? Well, the main thing I want to do now is look to shove in top wave. With bottom wave being shoved in by essentially super creeps, I don't have to worry as much about it because the big thing is shutting down backdoor. When you turn off backdoor, it makes it almost impossible for the enemy team to leave their base, and that is exactly the reason why they lose this game. They left their base when backdoor was down. So you're going to see another defensive TP, and I don't even necessarily will send the treants down the lane right away. If someone's standing right here that kills it, I'll just leave the treants here. I'll just summon them though, because the big goal is to get it off cooldown. I just want treants alive. Even if these treants aren't actively killing creeps, it's fine. It's totally fine. In this case, I did, because once again, it's a good game for the treants. I summon my ulti, or use my ulti when I have vision of all the waves, and once again, I bring them back top. The next thing I do is I identify, once again, where's the next wave I should push in. So I push in bottom. Pushing in bottom here wins me the game. Straight up wins me the game. Why? I had no vision of the enemy team yet. So the only reason why I make this play is I knew Slark was going to look to shove out top, so I didn't have to do it at the moment. This was not pushed in very far, so if the enemy team cleared this wave, I wouldn't have backdoor, so I need to get to bottom. I want to push out bottom. It's the furthest out of their base. This is being dealt with, and I do it extremely defensively. Notice how it's extremely defensive. I didn't know they had a word here, but I play it in a way in which there's no chance I die. Now the enemy team starts to creep out of the base. I don't immediately assume I'm safe though. Okay, this is big. Just because I see 2, 3, 4 heroes does not mean I assume I'm safe. I need to see everyone and every threat. Sometimes there's certain heroes that don't threaten you and you can just ignore it, but now I saw all 5 heroes. This immediately screams to me split push. We're still behind on net worth. The game is still very hard to team fight. I honestly felt like I couldn't man up to shit to the CK because even if I BKB, he still just reality risks me and then hits me with Scotty and I can't do anything. I couldn't man up to him at all. So now I'm going to look to TP in. I specifically TP here. Why do I TP here and not here? Because here I have a potential disengage route. right? So I'm always planning my potential escape. So now I TP in, I'm waiting for the treants to come up, and on top of that, I'm now bringing these treants over as well. This double set of treants is actually what ends the game, and doesn't just cause this to be a tier 4 and some ancient damage. This second set of treants is what ends the game. So I TP in here, and I'm gonna look to summon, right? The treants just came up, I use my drums, and as they TP in, I hit just long enough where then they have to kind of put a little bit of attention on me, right? If I run away right away, this is some advanced stuff, but if I run away right away, what's kind of funny is that they won't chase you, right? Because then they'll assume they can't kill you. But because I went kind of late, right, to the point where he's gonna put down a sentry and assume they can catch me, their attention goes on to me, and I know I want this. Why? Well, number one, I have buyback, so it's not the end of the world if I get caught. The game does not end. All of our creep waves are pushed out as well. And I knew 20 treants do how much damage, guys? 2,000. They're 100 damage each. Greater treants are actually more and have a better base attack time. So it's like 2,500 damage. I'm hitting the throne for 2,500 damage. It has 5k health, right? Obviously it has some armor. So obviously, you know, the treants are not going to kill it in 2 shots, but it kills it in like, what is it, 4 shots? I think it kills it in 4 or 5 swipes of autos. That's not a lot, especially when some of them are being affected by AC and all of them are being affected by Drum's aura. That's not a lot. So I run away, the enemy team's like, oh, kill this guy. I still had BKB, so I was able to buy enough time where I could have even gotten out. I didn't even think I was gonna end the game here. I was like, oh, I have my BKB up. They probably used their BKB canceling abilities, which they did. The other 2 were still team fighting, which is pretty cool. On top of that, the split push actually sets up for those 2 kills as well, which is, you know, big even and of itself. So this play is top tier, even if I don't take the ancient. You know, even if I don't take the ancient, it's like, this is still really good because I'm able to get out, bait 3 TPs, and the game just straight up ends. And those are the main ideas behind split pushing. The double set of treants is very important, but it's all about the preemptive split push of waves. It's all about getting the waves in from a defensive position. You notice I never put my main hero in a relatively dangerous position until the literal end when I was basically looking to threaten their throne. On top of that, when I was threatening their throne, I had my BKB up, I had a TP out, I had a Shadow Blade, right? And I had treants that forced them to not focus me as hard. So nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you learned a lot from this, I guess, somewhat niche video. But if you want more videos like this where I talk about kind of the specific knowledge I've learned over the 7 years of playing and 7 years of just non-stop grind and studying, then feel free to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And let me know what you want to see next. I'll see you in the next one. Peace! And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!